Hello traders, this is a market wrap-up for Wednesday the 30th of October 2013. We're talking about the European zone. In particular, the market we trade is the FGBL or the Eurobond markets, futures market. So the first thing we do before any particular trading day is we look at what potential news is coming out in the day that might affect our market. Now I'll just bring onto the screen one of my favorite news sources, and this is a really good one. It's called forexfactory.com, and it gives us economic data release times, which can affect our different markets. If you have a look at Wednesday the 30th, you've got the times that these different news items are coming out, what they are. You can open them up and get more detail on them and so forth. What I want to know in this particular area is to figure out, is there a news item that's going to affect my market a lot? So what happens usually if there's a news item that's going to affect it, the market will go quiet just before the news item comes out and then might go a little bit crazy for a little while after the news item does come out. And you'll see exactly what I mean when we look at the charts in just a moment. And it's actually from news that came from overseas. It came from the US market. Okay, so US released the FOMC statement on Wednesday, which is basically their interest rate changes. So the Federal Reserve has a meeting and they release what they think is happening to their economy and so forth. But that actually affected our market today, and you'll see it affected it quite dramatically. Even though we're looking mainly in the European zone and what's going to affect our market, other markets and other economic data can affect ours. Well, let's have a look at it right now. So, up until sort of 1 o'clock in the afternoon on our chart, not much news is about to really affect our market. So we can just trade normally and hope that the normal movement of the market will prevail and we'll get some good movement. Alright, so we've got a chart here that shows us basically the start of the day here. Start of the day, the market opens up, and where we usually start trading from is around here, the 4 o'clock mark on the charts. That's 9 o'clock in the morning in Berlin, where our market is based. So we get a bit of a sideways action here straight away. And if we look at, before we actually look at what happened throughout the day, I'll always, after I look at the news, look at a 60-minute chart. So I'll bring this onto the screen, make it a bit larger for us so it's easier for us to see. And we know that the 60-minute chart gives us a great overview of what's happening overall in the market. And I like a 60-minute one rather than a daily one for the reason that it shows me some of the moves within each day. So you can see, oops, I've just moved that. I always move these lines. Alright, so you can see moves within the day. So on this particular day, the market's opened up. It's between the 22 and 23. Let's just say we're looking at the 22nd, that the market went sideways and then got a nice push up. On this particular day, the market went up and down and up and down. You can make it bigger and smaller and have a bit of a closer look and so forth. So let's look at what we're looking at is Wednesday the 30th. So between here and here on this particular day, you can see that the day before the market opened up, it pushed up. It got a nice push down, but it's bounced off a support level. It's bounced off a support, broken to new highs, and then was able to hold those highs for the rest of the day and finish on a high note. The market's right at the highs. So on this particular day, on the 30th, I might have the view that it's broken highs and it's able to hold highs, so I expect it to either consolidate and go sideways for a little bit, or be able to push up a bit more. And that's exactly what it's done in the start of the day, and then they got this big drop here, but that's off the news that I was talking about earlier. So, we do a bit of analysis on what we think the market's going to do overall using the 60-minute chart. So from the 29th, the market pushed down, was able to buy that back, have a bit of a rally and hold up above and make new highs. So my view for the day is they're potentially going to either go sideways and consolidate for a while, or have the chance to push up a little bit further to consolidate the gains that they made yesterday. So we'll get rid of the 60-minute chart, put it back on another screen, and we'll have a look at the 1-minute chart, which what happened throughout the day. So what I'm looking for here is just the market to show us some sign of it wants to move one way or the other. So really from here, they've had a bit of a sideways area, and this is the first push up here. So after the first push up, and I've got the view that they might be able to go up today. This is the first opportunity I found around here for us to go long. Basically, we've had a bit of a push up on the 5 minute, and we've got a first red candle there, and also this is a bit of a power fade trade. We're fading this grey power point to go long, so 3 ticks before we let it hit first and come back. What's actually happened is it hasn't had the power to go up. It's come down, popped us, stopped out down here, but we were looking for it to go up, and eventually did. So we just entered into the wrong area there. The market pushed up, started trending up. There's a few opportunities here. Maybe this pullback here was probably a good area to go long in the market if you still had the view to go long. And you can see here as the day draws on, what happens is right here at the 2 o'clock mark, you can see this coincides. If you look at a US chart as well, exactly at the same time the US market dropped at the same time as this one. So this is US news affecting our market here. And what it is the FOMC has been announced and the market's reacting to it. So at this particular time, you can see the market goes into a bit of a sideways pattern before it happens, and the volume goes right out of the market. Then it goes crazy for a little bit and bounces around for a while, and then it got a bit of a flat line towards the end of the day. But just interesting to see how the news of offshore actually affects our market. So we want to be aware of these type of things as they happen, because I don't want to be in a trade in the market when this sort of thing is about to happen. I'd rather wait for it to the market for it to react to it, then settle down, and then look for something after that. So once it's done this and settled down a bit, trades around here or around here are quite fine to do, but I'm not doing anything up until then. That's a really quick overview of what happened on Wednesday the 30th of October. Look forward to seeing you at the next one.